So we got a little bit of rain tonight. It started raining about an hour and a half ago. We wanted to get done a few things outside, so we work out in the rain. And we've got the detaching done on the areas that we want done. All the grass is starting to turn green. Sure signs of spring. A little bit of rain doesn't hurt. Hopefully that clears up and leaves start coming on the trees. Always nice to see. So we're going to talk about what we're going to do about with all the grass that we pulled out of the lawn. And we have last fall had to have some horses on the property to satisfy some conditions of the municipal district to maintain farm status. So what's happening is we are actually a residential house with an acreage, but we would like to eventually have some animals. But the way the MD works is that they determine the property tax value based on whether you're a farm or country home or residential, and there's some tax savings to be had if you can maintain your farm status. So in order to do that, seeing as we just moved out and we don't have animals, we went to the neighbors and asked if they would be willing to put some of their horses on here to graze, which they did. And I was not sure how that would go, and it went fine, except for the fact that horses do nothing but eat and produce compost. So we have a healthy pile of horse droppings, which Mrs. from the Woods has collected off of the main pastures, and there's more to go, but it looks a whole lot cleaner with it gone, and I know it would probably disappear eventually, but we have this pile which was left behind by the previous owner, which is already composted, or a portion of. So we're going to utilize that on the garden. That's about 3 years old, which is okay for horse compost from what I understand. And we're going to turn this into something we saw on the internet called Drunken Compost. So we're going to use the grass that we've dethatched and collected off of the manicured lawns around here, and we're going to layer it with the horse manure and partially composted horse manure there when we remove the composted horse manure. So that's the idea. My understanding is that you use a mixture of sugar and yeast, which you can get from beer and pop, and you can add ammonia. I'm not sure what the ammonia does. I'll have to look that up. But then you spread it in layers and you wet it down with that. It's supposed to supercharge your compost. So I believe we have a good supply of organic materials here. Not a whole lot of green right at the moment, but we'll add it as we go through the summer. But to get it started, we're going to do that over the next couple of days. So I'll come with the tractor and the bucket, remove that portion of the compost pile, and then we'll start layering it with the fresh horse manure and the grass that we've pulled out of the dethatched lawn. So we'll keep you updated on that. That'll probably happen over the next little while. Kind of one of those projects that you got to do after you figure out that you are left with a lot of stuff to deal with. So we're going to do it that way. Anyway, we'll keep you updated. So the work portion of the day is done. We're going to take on a couple of projects for tonight. Mrs. from the Woods is going to continue planting in the garden, and I'm going to go work on the big compost pile. Materials are building up there, and they need to be sorted out and stacked and layered. So we're going to try that drunken compost formula, the pop and the beer and the yeast and the ammonia, and get that started. So I'm going to put the bucket on the tractor, and we're going to go down there and start rearranging some materials, and that's going to be the evening project. So yeah, going to put the headphones on. I think tonight is a yes type of night. So in a roundabout way, we're going to get the jobs done. So come along for the ride. Okay, well, we're at the compost pile. got all the materials down here, some water. Yeah, I drove down here with that in the bucket, and amazingly enough there's still water left in it. Not a whole lot fell out. Anyway, got our pop, our ammonia, and our can of beer. Oh well. So we're going to mix up some of that, and the plan is to take the first little bit here of composted product. I think it's 3-year-old horse manure and other stuff. We're gonna kind of separate that and put it in a separate pile, and then Mrs. from the Woods is just gonna come and get it as she needs it. And then where that pile is, we're going to start the new pile. So a little bit of brown, a little bit of green, a little bit of solution, and we'll get this pile on the go. So that's the plan for tonight. So I've moved the 3-year-old compost into a separate pile over here. Mrs. from the Woods is going to move it up to the garden, trailer load by trailer load. And so I've started a bit of a pile here. Some of it is fresh horse manure, some is 1-year-old horse manure, some is dead grass clippings, some of it is green grass clippings. So I'm going to spritz it with the formula and then build another layer. Okay, so we've got approximately, I don't know, 10 gallons here. We're gonna add our beer. We're gonna add some soda. As you can see, I'm using exact amounts. Can full, and then some ammonia. Now this is lemon scented, and I hope that doesn't matter, but you cannot get about 8 ounces of ammonia. There we go. So according to the YouTube, this concoction should supercharge the compost. So I'll quickly stir this up and spread some of it over the little pile that I've started, and I'll get a quick clip of that. And then we just keep on layering the piles with dirt and grass and other brown compost material, and we'll see if it heats up with this hot weather. Well, there's our layered compost pile. My suspicion is that I didn't have enough solution and I didn't have enough green material. But there's enough horse manure in there to give it a good start, and we'll see how it works. The nice thing about compost is it rots no matter what you do. Just takes a bit longer sometimes. Anyway, the pile's about 4 feet tall right now, so we'll keep an eye on it and maybe stick a thermometer in there, see if it heats up a little bit, and see if the pile drops. And in about a week, should dry up by then, I'll come with the bucket again and then just turn it over lightly and see what's happening on the inside. But that's the project for tonight. We have a little bit of material left over to start another pile, and that'll happen down the road. So we'll keep an eye on this one. Say thanks for visiting with us tonight. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like this content, please subscribe and like and share, and we'll hopefully see you on the next one.